Father's Day, students who look like him, like me, were pushed out of schools like this.
Blacks have fought, blacks have suffered, blacks have survived, and have carved a niche for themselves in the seed of time. And if you want to talk about these great blacks, one of them that should come to mind is the first black graduate, Alexander Lucius Twilight, born 1795, was an American educator, minister, and politician. He's the first African-American man known to have earned a bachelor's degree from an American college. Next is the sort of first black preacher, John Marrant, born 1755, was one of the first African-American preachers and missionaries in North America. And then coming to the ladies, we have first black Amina Susie Taylor, born 1848, and was also able to carve a niche for herself in teaching. Then talking about teaching proper, we cannot rule out the activities of secret teachers in the olden slavery days, or while they were still under, watchful eyes. We need to give respect to those secret school teachers. I may even consider them as the team of first black teachers. But I'm talking about a black who was able to carve a niche for himself by teaching whites. Then we talk about Reverend Robert Lewis Gilbert. He was the first to be hired in a white school in Waco, a city in central Texas. Then for the lady, Tereta Johnson, she was the first African-American educator teaching a predominantly white school in Champaign, Illinois. What a huge name she made for herself. Then talking about the first black doctor, James Macomb Smith, born 1813, was an American physician and author in New York City. And coming to the first black lawyer, Malcolm Bowling Allen, born 1816, is believed to be the first African American to become a lawyer, argue before a jury, or hold a judicial position in the United States. Then for the first black journalist, we talk about Dunigan, who was the first African-American female correspondent to receive White House credentials, first black journalist to cover the White House. What a name she made for herself. And for the first black artist, we talk about no other person but Henry Osawa Tara, born 1859. And for the first black sort of commercial musician, we talk about George Washington Johnson, who became the first African American to make commercial records. And for the most prominent black scientists of the early 20th century, then we have to talk about George Washington Carver, an American agricultural scientist and inventor. What a name he made for himself. And for the first black soldier with honor, we talk about William Canna, the first black soldier to earn the Medal of Honor in the U.S. colored troops. He was able to really make a unique name for himself and gain recognition for himself. And for the first black billionaire, we talk about Robert Louis Johnson, became the first black American billionaire in 2001. What a name he must have made for himself. And then if I'm talking about the richest black man in the world today, no other person but Aliko Dangote of Nigeria. He has brought Nigerian name into the picture and Africa into the picture. He is a Nigerian businessman who has held the title of such great recognition since 2013. Please do subscribe with us